Okay, sorry. Do a little recap here, just now that we're recording. We've got upper body day today. We're gonna go through rows. So if you've got options at home, right? Single arm on minute 1, other side on minute 2. Minute 3 would be both arms bent over in that hinge, nice and low with the back. And then minute 4 would be a seated row if I have that band. Okay, if the weights you have at home are super light and you want to just keep alternating sides, so minute 1 is one side, minute 2 is the other, minute 3 is back to the first side, minute 4 is the other, you can. If you don't have weights that are light enough to do single arm, you can do bent over for all 4 or seated for all 4. Okay, so that is our first 4 minutes here. We're going to go 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. Just moving from one of those to the next or doing the same one for 4 back-to-back sets. Okay, let's get warmed up with the jog on the spot. Sorry for anyone joining on the video. That was a really quick demonstration. I just forgot to hit record. So everyone on the live call had already heard it. Good, we'll take a little bit more time to warm up the upper body. So let's go for those 10 shoulder circles forward, getting a little bigger as you go. And then switching directions. Start small when you switch directions, get a little bigger as you go again. And then we're also gonna go 10 nice and wide. Open up that chest, squeeze that back. We're gonna bring those arms up and we're gonna focus on pulling our shoulder blades down and together. Arms up, pull those shoulder blades down. Go for about 8 of those. We're gonna come down to the ground next. We're gonna go for those T-spine rotations. So one hand up to the head, bringing it down, exhaling as you rotate out, bring it in. 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Don't rush through these, right? Nice full rotation, slowly control it back in, full rotation, slowly control it back in. Nice work, everyone. After those, you're gonna hop up. You're gonna finish off with 10 jumping jacks. Remember, you can step them out, but we'll get that heart rate back up there a little bit, and then we'll go into our rows. So just a reminder, you can do 2 sets of single arm. You can do 1 set of single arm each side, bent over with both arms, seated with both arms, or you can stick with just one of those. But if you're going single-sided, we need to work them evenly, okay? 40 seconds on here, 20 seconds rest. Get this timer going here, and 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So if you're going for that single side, opposite foot is forward. I'm nice and low, I'm not too upright, and I'm gonna exhale as I retract my shoulder blade, pulling back. Okay, if I'm using both arms, my feet are a little bit more together, squeezing, but again, I'm not upright. I wanna get the hinge back and row. Nice work, everyone. You got 10 more seconds here. 2, 1, and rest. So if you went single side, we need to even it out. Go to the other side next. If you went bent over or seated, you can go between those 2. Or just stick with the same one for all 4 rounds here. 5 seconds. So just remembering to take that time to set up into your position, and let's go. Nice work, everyone. Thinking about exhaling as you pull those elbows, those shoulder blades back and together, right? We want to squeeze the shoulder blades back. Nice work, ladies. 10 more seconds. And rest. Okay, so if you want single-sided and that's feeling like a good level of challenge, you can always stick with the single-sided for the last 2 rounds, or you can switch to 2 arms or seated right now. Okay, either one works. 5 seconds. And let's go for it. So same thing, you want to exhale as you pull those shoulder blades back and together, really thinking about that squeeze back. Nice work, everyone. You got it. 10 more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, awesome. We got one more set. If you're in that bent over position and you're finding that your lower back is starting to take too much of it, think about that little bit of a brace and then really push those hips back. So we don't want to heave up where we've got that natural curve in, right? We want to tuck and reach down. So just a reminder for anyone who might be feeling lower back here. Okay, couple seconds, last set, and let's go for it. Hang in there, everyone. Don't forget to breathe through it. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, awesome job. Next, we're going into triceps. So we've got 2 different exercises. We're just going to go back and forth between the 2. Same thing, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest. So what that looks like is we've got that overhead tricep extension. Bending at the elbows, pushing through, bending at the elbows and pushing through. So there's very limited movement here in the upper portion of my arm. I'm not coming down like this. I want to bend back through the elbow and push through into that extension. So that should be hitting your triceps here. We do have that lying down on the floor, which sometimes is just a better position for some people's shoulders. So I'll show you what that one looks like. It's basically the same thing, but instead of my elbow or my shoulder being straight up, I get to bring it forward a little bit more. So instead of being right over my chest here, I'm going to rotate the arm back. Now I'm not going to move through the shoulder joint at all. I'm just going to move through the elbow again, bending back and pushing through. So if I've got that weight, I can bend back, push through. Okay, so the goal here is to feel that tricep, not too much of the shoulder or the elbow. So if that is what you're feeling, please let me know. If you don't have weights at home, but you have a band, you can do the standing version with a band as well. I would step on it like you were for an overhead press, bring it up, and then, oh, that grabbed into my hair. And then once I've got that overhead, I'm going to bring my hands together and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so I can also do that overhead with a band. If anyone needs an alternative, Esther, are any of those going to work for you?
Yeah, I'll do the floor.
The floor one works? Okay. If anyone else needs an alternative, even if you're on the recording, feel free to send a message and we'll try and work you through something. Exercise number 2 is a dip. So I'm going to come down to the ground. If I have a bench or a chair at home, I can do this from that as well. But if I don't, I'm going to have my fingers pointed back towards me. I'm going to set my shoulders back, chest out. Now I'm going to bend at the elbow to lower myself down, and I'm going to push through that full extension again. Bend down, push through to that nice full extension. So I'm really trying to push through the heel of my hand, not too much into the fingers here. I want to drive through the palm there. And that full lockout squeeze is what's really going to get those triceps activated. So I don't want to just kind of lazily push through. I want to squeeze at the top, bring it back down, squeeze at the top, okay? So we've got that overhead extension and the dips here. Esther, are those dips okay?
I'll try them.
Great, and if not, let me know. We'll try and switch you up with something else. It is 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, so you could also just do 4 sets of that behind the head, like the lying down one, okay? Okay, we'll get going here then, everyone. So starting with either lying down on the ground or overhead. In 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. So try and make sure you're not rotating through the elbow. That arm is staying locked in and you're just pushing into that extension. Okay, so the movement is through the elbow, not through the shoulder here. So Elaine, try and rotate a little bit less with the shoulders. Nice job, ladies. You got 10 more seconds here. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, now we're gonna go into those dips. So if I'm leaning back, right, fingers are pointed towards me, I'm gonna bend at the elbow, and then lock out. Okay, you got 5 seconds here, more rest. 2, 1, and let's go for it. Yep, awesome job. So hopefully by now you're feeling that tricep start to burn, right? Really kind of driving that elbow all the way through. You're fully locking out that arm. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. You get 20 seconds rest here. We're going back to your first one. So just remember, if you're lying down, you're just bending at the elbow, trying to hold that upper portion of the arm sturdy. It's not moving, just the elbow is if you can. Some movement through the shoulders, okay, you just want to limit it. 3, 2, 1, and let's go for it. Yeah, so if you're standing up, just dropping back at the elbow. If you're lying down, you've got a little bit more of a forward movement through the shoulder, but still bending at the elbow and locking through. Almost there, everyone. 5 seconds, so just a couple more reps. And rest. We're gonna go back to those dips. So on those dips, if your shoulders are feeling it, you wanna just be careful how rotated forward you are, right? So we don't want that shoulder set forward. We really wanna set it back, thinking up, back, and down. Hands are pointed towards your body, not away. 2, 1, and let's go. So dipping down, pushing through. You don't have to get far down. It's really about that real big squeeze at the top. Bring it down, squeeze at the top. If you are still having shoulder or elbow issues, let me know. We'll get your triceps nice and tired here, and we're gonna go into some floor press. Woo-hoo. Two, 1, and done. Okay, nice job, everyone. We're gonna go into some floor press next to get a little bit of time here as I demonstrate and explain. With your floor press, this is that pushing off the chest, lying down on the floor. Couple things to note here as well is instead of just lying relaxed on the floor, we're gonna think about tucking our shoulder blades down and underneath us. So instead of just flopping down, I'm gonna bring those shoulder blades back. So there's actually a little bit of a gap between my upper back and the ground. Then I'm gonna hold that weight, hands pointed to the ceiling. So I don't wanna be over here on my chest where my triceps are up off the ground. I wanna try and bring those triceps down to the ground, hands pointed to the ceiling. I'm gonna exhale as I push all the way up, but notice how my shoulder isn't lifting up off the ground. So I'm trying to keep that little tuck underneath me. I don't wanna overextend where I'm basically reaching That shoulder has come forward, right? I want to tuck that, kind of keep that down on the ground. So don't worry if you don't feel like you're fully extending, okay? Here we're going to go half reps. So we're going to go bottom half. It's a very short range of motion. You're probably going to get a bunch of them done in 30 seconds. Then we're going to go top half, but my shoulder is still kind of tucked underneath me. Bring it down a little bit. We're going to go into that top half. Then we're going to go full with a 1, 2, 3 down. Full with a 1, 2, 3 down. And then finally, just full reps. Okay? If you're holding a weight in each hand on that final one, if it's getting really tiring, you can go one at a time. That's a little harder to do. You only have that single weight, okay? But then just pace them out. If you have bands, the same thing. I can double up that band behind me. And then I don't have to hold in the edge of the loop, right? I can hold further down as needed to increase that tension. If that's a little bit too much, I can also single loop it around my body and then just grab higher or lower as needed. So that makes it so that you can adjust a little bit more there on your tension, okay? I think everyone here is okay with that movement, right? Everyone on the call? Perfect. Oops. So this time we're gonna go 30 seconds on the first one, right into 40 seconds, into 50, into 60. So here we're not gonna have any rest time till we're completely done. So getting set up, lying down on the ground. First 30 seconds is that bottom half range of the motion. 2, 1, and let's go for it. So if you're lying down on the ground, it's just that short little, my arms are barely making it up off the ground, going into that short little pulse, just the bottom half of the movement here. Nice job. 10 more seconds of that bottom half. 2, 1. I still want to keep that tuck of the shoulder blades, but now I'm going top half. So my arms should not be making it all the way down to the ground. Just that top little half going into that pulse. Nice job, everyone. This variation is for 40 seconds. Ten seconds to go. 2, 1. Now we're going full, all the way up. Try and go as slow down as you can, all the way up. That 1, 2, 3, all the way down. If you need to reset that little tuck of the shoulders, that's okay. Take that time to do it. This is for 50 seconds, this variation. $15 seconds left. So on this last one, if you're holding one weight or a band, you can also alternate if you want, or get just as many as you can with that 2 hands. 5 seconds. 2, 1, and let's go. So now you can just take away that slow down. Okay, but pace them out. If it's getting really hard, pause for a little bit longer at the bottom. Big breath, exhale as you push. Bring it down. Pause for a second if you need to. Big breath and push. This one's for a minute. So we've got a lot of work in already. Still a bit more to go. $30 seconds left, everyone. Oh, I forgot I was going to do our squat challenge with you guys again today. Oh, man.
Let's still do it.
We technically could. It's just going to be big, big sets.
Sure.
10 seconds, everyone. 2, 1, and done. Okay, you know what? We're going to hop up for a set of 50 squats. Sorry, guys. They're going to be big sets today because we've got, I think, 190. Are we on the 19th? Yep. We got 190 to go, ladies. And gentlemen, if you're joining on the recording, whew. Nice work, everyone. So you've got 50 squats here. Just do at your own pace here. I'll give you a minute or two to get those in.
See you soon. Bye.
Ooh, some multitasking there, phone call and some
I
squatting.
know.
Were you able to still count, Elaine?
So I was gonna follow Esther.
Okay. Oh, that's the second time that I forgot till close to the end of the workout, but we will get them done. We'll include them in our finisher today. So instead of a bear plank, we will go for some squats.
Done, Elaine.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Keep going. If you are needing a little bit of time and you're on the recording, remember you can always just pause here and finish out your reps. There are some big sets here, so take your time. It's okay if you need a bit of that extra time. We're going to go into one more group of lower body or upper body exercises. So this is a little bit more of that up and down pulling motions. Okay, so really working that upper back again, but instead of rowing in, we're going up and down with the shoulder blades. So it's a little bit more of that upper back, lower and upper traps. Exercise number 1 here is a plank with reach. So we want to think a little bit more of that shoulder set rotation versus that thrust out, right? We're going to rotate through, kind of getting those lats and upper back working. So don't hesitate to do this from an incline, especially if that allows you to get a little bit more of that upper back engagement versus that really struggling kind of rounded back pull. Okay, so we're going to do that from an incline here. Oops. Figure out my computer angles here. So I'll do that from an incline from the chair. I still want to set up in that good plank position. And then I'm just going for that little rotation through those shoulders, okay? Number 2 is that up and down. If you've got some weights, you can definitely do this. It doesn't need to be a lot of weight though, okay? If you don't have any weights, you can do this kind of along the wall or on the ground. So up a little higher, having my forearms, palms facing each other up against the wall. I'm gonna reach up and then I'm gonna pull down. Thinking about pulling down, thumbs to shoulders. So not scooping out. I wanna pull those shoulder blades down together. Reaching up, I wanna focus on that pull there through that upper back as I pull down. It is okay, don't feel like your chest has to stay against the wall, right? My chest lifts off the wall a little bit to pull down, up, and pulling down, okay? So on the ground, I can still do that with a weight. Exactly the same thing, but now lying on the ground, you can't see me. Over here. So lying down on the ground, you still can't see me. Technical difficulties today. So having that weight in the hands, reaching out, pulling back down. Reaching out and pulling back down. If you find that you extend up a little bit too much though and the lower back is hurting, that's when I want you to go to the wall, okay? Next, we've got skydivers. I'll just stay right here. So with the skydivers, your hands can be extended or they can be bent. Either way is fine. The goal here is to think about that squeeze in the glutes and that squeeze in the upper back. I'm just gonna exhale and squeeze, bring it back down. Squeeze and bring it back down. Okay, it's not about how far up I can get, it's just about squeezing those muscles, which is what's forcing you to lift. Down, back down. Okay, so this is not a distance thing. This is just focusing on the muscles we want to do the work to lift us up, okay? And then our last thing is plate trap raises. So if I've got a weight, instead of going up to the shoulders, but Esther, for you, that's fine, just do a front raise. So a front raise would kind of be that bottom to shoulder. We're gonna do a trap raise. which is that other portion of the movement, shoulders to overhead. Back down to shoulders, overhead, and back down to shoulders. Anyone who can't go into that overhead though, feel free to do a front raise instead, okay? I can also do that with a band, stepping on the band. And we're going same thing, pulling up and back down. You want to be careful that your core is raised and your glutes are squeezed though, because we don't want to do this, right? We want to keep that body nice and straight, and we're just moving through those shoulders. Hey, guess what? Let's do another 20 squats. Just going for another 20 there. And then we'll get into your exercises. So that's 70. We're getting there, ladies. Same thing. Anyone on the recording, if you need more time, just pause it here, finish out your reps. For everyone on the live call here, we are going to go into that plank with reach. Okay, so 30 seconds on that, and then we're gonna go immediately into our prone up and down pull, okay? And let's go. So that little rotation, it doesn't have to be high. We're just working on rotating through the shoulder, coming into that reach. 30 seconds of this, then we're gonna go straight into that up and down. If you need to drop down to your knees on this one, you can. A bit wider with your feet will also make it a bit easier. 10 more seconds. 2, 1. Now we're either on the floor or against a wall, going up and down. Pull those shoulder blades down and together. Bring it up. We want to focus on bringing those shoulder blades down and together. Yeah, you're going straight into it. There's no rest time here. Ten more seconds. Then we're going into skydivers. So you're down on your stomach. And let's switch. So on your stomach, that little pull back of the shoulders, that squeeze those shoulder blades together, squeeze the glutes together. So your hands and feet are coming up just a bit into that kind of pulsing motion. But think about that squeeze. That's what's lifting you, not just forcing your arms and your legs up. Still have 30 seconds of this to go. So this one's for 50 here. Ten more seconds. 2, 1, and good. Last one here. We're going from that shoulder to overhead. Back down to shoulder, overhead, and back down to shoulder, either with a weight or with a band. Remember, if that's too much, if you can't go into that overhead, then you're just going to go down up to the shoulders. Okay. Try and keep those arms as straight as you can. We don't want to pull with the elbows and reach. We want to rotate. Nice work, everyone. If that's too much tension on the band, you can always step on it with just one foot. That'll loosen it up just a bit. 20 more seconds, everyone. Five seconds. And done. Okay, nice job. Guess what? Let's go for another 50 squats. We're just gonna go right into it. Nice job, everyone. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna go through a little finisher here. We're gonna go 15 sets of 15 on your squats. I'm gonna kind of give a base time. We'll go a little bit more time based here. So you'll have some rest time, and then we're gonna go into, no, I was gonna say jumping jacks, but I feel like your poor legs with all those squats. So we'll go into actually some standing crunches for the other one, okay? So there's a little bit of lower body movement, but we're gonna go squats, followed by standing crunches, just that opposite elbow to opposite knee. That really try and focus on that pull in each time we come across. Okay, so I'm not just moving, I wanna exhale and tuck that core nice and tight each time we go. Okay, so you're gonna get 30 seconds to do your squats. We're gonna go for 30 seconds of standing crunches, and there'll be 4 rounds plus a bonus 10 squats at the end, and then we're done on 190, okay? Everyone ready here? We're gonna go for 15 squats in 3, 2, 1, and let's go for it. Some of you might blow through those really fast, so you get 30 seconds to do them. So it's okay to slow them down a little bit, really focus on form, not letting your knees buckle, not letting your hips pop too quick. And let's go standing crunches. So we're gonna go for 30 seconds of those. Nice work. We're exhaling each time we come together. So take that breath in, exhale. Take that breath in and exhale. These don't have to be quick necessarily, right? You can take that time to focus. 3, 2, 1. We're back to 15 squats, everyone.
Right away.
What?
Right now, or do
we? Yep, right away. Yep. This is your finisher. We're gonna just make it keep moving. Nice work, everyone. We got 5 more seconds here. Everyone's doing all right for time. And let's go back into your standing crunches. That's 2 sets of squats done. We'll make sure I actually track those for you. Three, 2, 1. Let's switch back to 15 squats right away. This is your finisher. Last push to the end. Nice work, everyone. You get a little bit of rest time here if you finish your 15 squats in less than 30 seconds. So just keep counting. A few more seconds here. 5 seconds. And let's go standing crunches. Nice work, everyone. This is normally Tabata, so it's not feeling too bad, I hope. 5 seconds. And let's switch back to squats. Okay. 15 here. We're on the home stretch. Nice work. You got it. We got one more set of standing crunches after this, and followed by, not bonus, but a final 10 squats, and then you're done.
Oh, I've gone past 15, come to think of it.
Oh, okay, last set of standing crunches, everyone. 30 seconds of these. Everyone except Esther probably has another 10 squats to do. Esther, maybe you got 5, I don't know.
I'll do them all.
Okay, get a few extra reps in, prepping yourself for tomorrow.
That's right.
Five seconds, everyone. And done. Okay, 10 squats, and you are done your workout for today. We got some stretching to do, but your last 10 squats here, and then we hit 190. Whew, those are bigger sets today, but you all did awesome. Slowly building up to, you know, some just sets of 50. Or apparently, as I'm hearing, you just did 160 consecutive the other day.
No kidding, that was brutal.
Well, then he almost tried to make me feel bad. And I was like, well, this way they just don't get rest time when you break them up. It's not that I'm trying to make it easier. I'm actually just making it so you get no rest time in your workouts, apparently.
It's different though, right? It's better this way.
Okay, awesome. Take a second or two here if you need to grab something to drink. We're going to stretch it out, and then that'll be done for today. Okay, let's stretch out those triceps. So we'll bring that one hand up, grab that elbow, give it a gentle tug. Make sure you're just breathing through it here. Switch it over. Good. Let's give a little bit of an upper back stretch first. So we're going to exhale as we push away. Deep breathing in and out. Once I'm in that position, I want to take about 4 breaths in and out. So big breath in and out. Go for about 4 of those. And good. We're going to come down to the ground. We're going to get that front of the shoulder and back of the shoulder. So the first one, I'm going to bring my arm through a little bit. So I'm going to plant my hand on the ground, and I'm going to slowly lean or reach myself across. Trying to get that stretch through the back of the shoulder of the arm that's reaching across. Deep breathing in and out. And good. I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to reach the other hand across. So still trying to really push the back of my hand into the ground as I almost pull myself across. Deep breathing in and out. So don't hold your breath once you're down there. Focus on that breathing. Good. Now we're going to reach away. So we're going to stretch the front of the shoulder, sliding that arm away. I can bend at the other elbow to let myself come down a little bit further. Only going as far as I need to get a gentle stretch through the front of the arm or front of the shoulder. Come on up. We'll stretch the other arm. So reaching away with the other side now. And then let's reach forward with both arms. So we're going to come into that kind of child's pose. Good. Let's do a little bit of quad and glute stretch in here. So let's go into that quad stretch. If you want, you can just go into kind of that lean back here from that kneeling position. So I want to squeeze my glutes, just leaning back as far as I need to get that stretch. If I can or need to, I can also hold my arms back and just kind of squeeze. Just a little bit of a front of the leg stretch here to start. Guys have all been doing so many squats, it's hard not to stretch some lower body here. Even though it's an upper body day, let's go into a nice wide V. So a little bit more of that inner thigh stretch as I lean forward here. So if your legs are starting to really feel like they're just not recovering, right? Taking that extra time throughout the day, especially if you're doing your squats away from a workout, to still stretch it out. If you've got a foam roller or something at home, you can also do some rolling. And then we'll finish off with just doing a keyhole stretch here. So bring that one leg in front, either pulling back on that front leg or reaching through and pulling back. Switch it over. And that'll be it for today. Thanks for joining me, everyone. It is Friday, so have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you.